Hey, ladies, how are you? Give me 1 second, you guys. I've been trying to work on my lighting because of the way my desk sits. It sits behind the window. So everything is always, darker because the light comes in. So, I bought those little round lights. Everybody got those little round lights that they have. And I bought that thing, but I think I bought the wrong one because the one I got, to me, it ain't bright enough. I don't know. So, welcome, ladies. Welcome to the Inspiration in 30. My name is Gloria Ward, and I'm the founder of the I'm Loving Me Project. And while I get myself together, I just want to say happy Friday to you. I hope, I don't want to knock this down. I hope that you are having an amazing morning. I sent an email out this morning to everyone to wish them a happy Friday. If you're not on our email list, you can actually join our email list. Just go to our website, imlovingme.net, and go ahead and sign up. Hey, Octavius. Octavius, I hope you come to our mirror workshop. I missed you. I hope I hope everything is well with you. And today I wanted to say happy Friday again and also talk about what it is that you really desire. I have to tell you guys, I too get coached, right? I get coached. And I had my coaching meeting with my coach yesterday. And it's a group coaching. So we do the same thing. We all get together privately and we start talking about, what did we accomplish, where we want to go, and how do we, want to move forward with our life. But here's the thing, y'all. Do you know one of the ladies in my coaching program, and I'm just going to shout her out? She did the whole media and everything for John Lewis' funeral. Do you know that? I mean, homegirl bossed up and everything that you saw walking across the Edmund Pettus Bridge and going to DC and coming to Atlanta, meeting with presidents, meeting with celebrities and everything. She did all of that. And I was so amazed to hear her story because I just said to myself, uh, there is so much power and love when you get together in these intimate settings and you start to figure out who's around you and all of the amazing things that they have going on, where it just pushes you and encourages you. And I'm telling you guys, it works so much. I didn't even know that she was even, doing stuff like that. And when I got to know her, I was like, damn, girl, I ain't even know that you was even, on that kind of level where you doing things like that. And she like, yeah, but it wasn't just her. It was, I know you guys saw the International Slumber Party when we had Crystal Khalil on. She's my coach. And they was on Good Day America, Good Morning America. They was all over the radio. I mean, they was everywhere. And they was just talking about their experience. And they was just talking about how they went from an idea all the way to execution to really seeing it out, providing African American, well, women of color, the opportunity to come together. And let me tell you something, within a short amount of time, they were able to get the media they wanted. They got big names to come out. Cynthia Bailey, they got Nikki Taylor, they got Lisa Nichols, because they put in the work to go ahead and do that, right? And I'm just sitting back and I'm listening to the stories and I'm listening and everything. And it started to inspire me so much. And I said, this is exactly what, I need and we need. I'm telling you guys, what I'm doing these empower sessions because I want you to meet people like that. Do you hear what I'm saying? I want you to be in the same room and an environment with people like that where you can go ahead and pick their brain and figure out what they're doing and how you can do the same thing so that you can move your life in the right direction. Of course, I'm sitting up there and my mouth, my jaw was open the whole night because I was sitting there and I was taking notes. And, here's my notes from yesterday, and I'm circling, right? I'm circling and taking notes and doing everything because I'm saying to myself, there is so much power and so much love that's going around right now, where even though we're in the middle of a pandemic, y'all, people are still moving and shaking and doing things. And I'm like, oh my God, I really want to be able to bring these people to you so that you can actually just see and feel the things that I'm feeling, and really, really, really get your life on track. I'm telling you, if you're not where you want to be, it's only because you haven't made a decision. And that's why I said, for the topic today of what do you really want? What do you really want? My biggest desire is, and if anybody is on here, I want you to type that in the comments, what your biggest desire is. My biggest desire is, and I just want to know, and I just want to hear from you guys what that is, right? Now, let me tell you what I read this morning, which was confirmation for me. I don't know if you got it, but I have this book called the Prosperity Bible, right? And the Prosperity Bible is just a book with a whole bunch of books in it. To me, it saves me money, right? I can get all of a whole bunch of books in one big book, and I could just read one book at a time. But I'm reading How to Grow Success. And this is by, let me see, what's his name? Because they had funny names back then. This is by, this is a female, Elizabeth Town. And she wrote this in 1904. 1904. So Elizabeth Town, she said this, which got me out my seat this morning when I was preparing for Inspiration in 30. She said, a man's aim in life is the reflection of his opinion of himself. She said, a man with a pretty low opinion of himself has no aim at all. Excuse me. He feels himself merely a fallen twig, born helplessly on the bosom of life. Wake up, dearie, exalt yourself, and set your stake just as high as you dare. Then, as you find you can face your stake with a feeling that you are really going to make it after all, congratulate yourself upon your soul stature and move your stake higher. Don't stay there. Once you go ahead and you see that you can do what it is that you want to do and you believe, move your stake higher. Listen to what somebody of the name Bruxton said, and this was a testimonial. He said, the longer I live, the more I'm certain that the great difference between men, between feeble and powerful, the great and the significant is energy, invisible determination, and purpose once fixed. The quality will do, it says that quality will do anything that can be done in this world. And no talents, no circumstances, no opportunities will make a two-legged creature man without it. So what they saying is, anything that you want, you can have, but it's according to how you think. Everything in this world, and it was one thing, I'm sorry, y'all, but this thing got me. It was one thing that they said that about human nature, that was the thing that really got me going. Okay? Because they was discussing how nature will give you what you ask for, right? And I'm trying to find it. It's somewhere in here. I didn't highlight it because I was reading it this morning. And when I was reading it this morning, I was getting so hyped and doing other things. I was getting all crazy or whatever because it was so true. And basically to sum it up, it was saying that, oh, okay, here it is. It says the world has an eye to the main chance. If you think you are worth little to the world would not fall over itself to lay its coin at your feet. It will take all you can give, and when you have nothing more to give, it will dump the remains in the potter's field. Possibly, it may beautify its parks or soothe its conscience with a monument inscribed to you when you are well out of the way. And it may hold a memorial service where it will congratulate itself on the bargain it got out of you. But pay you never. Not a cent will you get beyond what you really think in your heart you are worth to the world. And I went off. I went off because that moved me so much because that was written in 1904, ladies. 1904. And it basically says the world is only going to give you what you expect to get out of it. Your desires and everything. If you think low, you're going to get the bottom of the barrel, you're going to get low. If you don't have a high self-esteem and you don't think you can do something, you are not going to accomplish it because you know why? The world is only going to give you what you think you deserve. You determine what the world is going to give you. You have the final say as to what this life can give you. And if you only think that you are worth what you have right now, that is always what you're going to get. Ain't that some shit? Because it is so true. It is so true. You know how your mom used to tell you, nobody's going to hand you anything. The world is not going to hand you anything, right? You have to go out there and you have to work for what it is that you want. Same concept, right? Let's see. Tamika, my biggest desire is to be a part of something that helps and loves on others without limits. Well, you here already, Tamika. You just got to reach out to me and see how you want to actually do that. What action you want to take to do that. Octavius, my desire is to be self-sufficient financially, emotionally, meaning don't want anyone messing with my mind or my money, independent of the crap. I know that's right, Octavius. And it can happen. All we got to do is make a decision that that's what we want to do. Right? Now, we might have to climb ourselves out some mess to get there because we put ourselves in some mess. You understand? We might have to climb ourselves over those habits and those patterns that we have in our mind because that's the patterns we've been running forever and ever and ever in our head. We're not good enough. I'm too afraid. I don't know what it is that I'm going to do. I can't do it by myself. I need someone to come and help me. I need help. I need this. I need that. No, you don't. No, you don't. What Jesus said, y'all. What's that verse? The kingdom of heaven is within. What is that? Where Jesus was saying you got everything that you need. That the kingdom is within you. Y'all know it better than me. But I got the message, right? And the message is don't look outside yourself for anything. Don't look outside yourself for anything because when you do, you only get what you think you deserve. And you know what that makes me think about? Relationships too. When we start a relationship, it's all good and well and everything. And then once we get to know that person, we see who they really are, and we do all that compromising in our head to go ahead and say, well, this is probably the best I can get. And, he do got issues, but I'm going to go ahead and see if I could work this out. I don't want to be online dating. I don't want to be doing this. No, no, no. It is time, ladies. It is time. And having my coaching last night with my coach and hearing those ladies, it was all ladies and one guy, about the power that was in that room, the power that we have in this community, the power that we have all around us in the midst of this pandemic. We have no excuse. Deborah, I pray to be able to leave this job and become self-employed again. Deborah, I was there. You hear me talk about that all the time, right? The way that you do that is you make a plan. You have to be comfortable with investing in yourself. And if you've been self-employed, you know how important that is. Now, what you probably telling me is that you need more income in order to be able to leave the job, or you need to be able to get your business off the ground, whatever it is that you're doing, in order for you to make as much as you do on your job to sustain your life, the necessary bills. And that's okay. Put your plan together on when you're going to leave your job. Put your plan together on how much you're going to go ahead and invest in yourself. And you invest in yourself, right? Because when you have your own business, you're investing in yourself. You betting on you, right? And come up with a plan and a deadline in which you're going to leave that job. Okay? Now, we know plans change all the time, right? But having one is the best thing. And Deborah, now that you're in a community with other women and you get involved, you will find people who will help you with whatever it is to speed up the timeline. See, we get discouraged because it takes too long. And damn it, I know I'm talking to myself, because I am very impatient when it comes to things that I want, right? And I'm only impatient because I'm like, damn, we need to do this now. We need to do this now, because I feel like I'm already too late, right? But what we have to understand, Tamika, Deborah, Octavius, is that God is going to move us in our own time. But guess what? At the end of the day, like we keep hearing over and over and over again, he waiting on us. There is nothing that we can't do. You know what we got to do? We got to get real about our current reality and where we are, and stop faking the funk. We have to figure out how to get past our roadblocks, because what was so crazy about last night? Even though we heard all those successful stories about people and about what they were doing, some people were like, but I don't know why I'm not happy. I'm trying my best to do more for me because I keep doing for others. And I'm sitting up there jumping up and down at this point. You guys know that I'm very animated, right? And I had to remind them. And I know it was my coach's session. And, she allowed everybody to chime in. But it was just in me, because this is what God put in me, where I had to show them the thing that's missing is the fact that you haven't looked in the mirror at yourself to see who you really are. You know what we doing? We surviving. We could boss up when we ready, right? Deborah, we could go to work. We could boss up. Octavius, we could go to work. We could boss up. We could handle the bills. We could do all that. We could get the kids ready. We could do all of that. because that's the mask we wear. But when it's time for us to go ahead and take a look in that mirror and really see who we are, we like, I don't know. I don't even know who the hell I am. And why was I chosen for this? And why am I sitting up here, doing this or whatever? And why did he choose me? I'm overweight, or I'm too skinny. I don't look like the people on those videos and stuff like that. Why is he using me? Well, this is the best thing that I can get. No, those are old patterns that you're telling yourself, and we got to be able to stop it. That's why I told y'all I want to see all of you at that mirror workshop. If you are trying to get your life to the next level, come. Let me tell you something. $20, you could blink, and $20 is gone. I am bringing you a professional psychologist who will help give you the information that you need that will probably catapult you to the next level, because all of us, Octavius, Tamika, Deborah, and whoever else who's not speaking, you know what we're doing? We're trying to do it by ourselves. And that's what we women do. So it's very common, right? We trying to do it by ourselves. We got this. I could figure this out. Deborah, yes, I do need more income. I'm working on a plan. I just started investing in myself. That is amazing. You see what I'm saying? All you have to do is look at the things that you need to cut back on if you can, right? And if you can't, if the income is so tight where you can only do a little bit of investing in yourself, then find those little avenues that you can use. Right now, Deborah, write down the things that you need. You know why? Let me tell you, there are 22 plus million people who are unemployed. They will help and do whatever it is to keep food on their table. Right? The stimulus money, that's still in limbo. Right? That's still in limbo. We know something is going to come down the pipe, but here's the thing, it's not going to last forever. So we have to be able to be strategic about how we move to the next level, right? Make those deals with people. Let them know what you have going on. Get out there and sell whatever it is that you're doing, right? Get that momentum going. And yes, the little investment that you're doing in yourself, don't stop. You might not move as fast with somebody who has a lot, but you're still working. You still doing it. And you celebrate those wins when you do accomplish something, because it will help you to keep going. Right? Tamika, if God gave you something and he told you that you need to be out there helping people, all you got to do is make yourself available. That ain't no excuse. You have to make yourself available, and you have to believe in yourself and know that you can do it. That's all you need, because there's a lot of people that need help. I don't know what area you're trying to help people in. I don't know what you're trying to accomplish, but I can tell you this. When you go out and you step out and you just start speaking, if you are a religious woman and you believe in Jesus, follow his ways. Jesus did not wait until he had a plan in order to get out there to start helping people. He just walked out there when he was a little kid, right? Y'all know the story better than me, and was like, yo, this is my father's house. And I'm here to preach the good word. And if anybody want to listen, those who have ears, let them hear. If you don't, oh well. But I'm going for it. And it was that boldness. It was that boldness that allowed everyone to see just how much God was in him. Just how much God was in him. And as he got older, he was tried, right? He was tested. He was fearful, but he knew who he was. He knew who he was inside. And when those things came up, he had to go back to the source, right? That's why it's so important to have a good foundation, because he had to go back to the source and say, yo, God, look, can you do me a favor and take this from me? Because I don't know if I can handle it. And then he like, wait a minute. It's not my will. It's your will that will be done. I'm not doing this for me. I'm not doing this for my own self. I'm doing it for you, God. And if I'm doing this for you, then I need to make sure I follow through and do what you told me to do, because you put me here for a purpose. You put me here to show me that I can do anything that I want as long as I know that I have you as the source that I can turn to and that I can believe in. I see that you surrounded me around people who will keep me encouraged and who I can also teach. I see that I was able to impart in them your love, your grace, your amazing abundance. And now they are leaders where they can go ahead and spread the word. Why? Because they finally found out who you were. They finally discovered just who you were and who they were in you. Have any money? And let me tell you, they wasn't even Christians, right? These were people who believed in something and they stuck with it until the day they died. And guess what? It is exactly what I'm telling you here. It changed nations forever. That's your work, Tamika. That's definitely your work, Candace. Most definitely. That is definitely your work. Right? I'm learning to give myself the energy first, always trying to pour from an empty cup. Girl, that's why you got us. Tamika, that's why you got us. Right? Now, we ain't going to go for a sob story 3, 4, 5 times. Because if we pouring into you and you just letting it run out, there's no purpose. There's no reason to do that. When you get poured into, like what we do here, take it and run with it. Take it and try. Start at home. My grandmother used to say charity starts at home and then spread abroad. Jesus started with his mom and dad, right? I don't know. Where he had to correct them and say, hey, look, I got to go do my father's work. I don't know what y'all doing, but I got to get out here and do what I need to do for him. Right? Moses, oh God. Lord, I don't know why you're giving me this task. I could barely talk, right? I got slurred speech. I can barely walk. They done knocked me out of Egypt. I've been wandering for a long time. And God is like, hold on. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to give you this staff. Only because you still don't believe. But I'm going to give you something. I'm going to give you something as a symbol of how strong you are in my power. And that symbol was a staff. Your symbol is whatever it is that's around you that God keeps nudging at you. And he says, go ahead, Candace, and use that. Is it your speech? Is it your communication? Is it the way that you love on people? Is it the way that you are out there and you are encouraging people? Whatever it is, that is your staff. And guess what? Uh, in the story, right? Because I read, I read in the story. Remember, God said to Moses, right? Get rid of that staff because he was like, you no longer need it. Am I correct? Because he told Moses, use that thing that you think you don't have. Use that thing that you think you are weak in. I don't want you to use that staff. You know what I want you to do? I want you to use your mouth and talk to this thing and bring it to fruition. Use that thing that you think that is stopping you and watch me work. Watch me work. Watch me part the sea for you so you can walk through and take a whole bunch of people with you because I got your back. Because I got your back. All those enemies and people that you think is going to talk about you and everything, I'm going to go ahead and part that. And when the enemy comes along and he's running after you and he's following you, I will make sure I drown him out. I will make sure I drown him out. But guess what? The biggest enemy you're going to have to fight is the enemy within, is you. And when you have to fight with you, God gives you that symbol on the outside just to get you to believe that you can. But at some point, you're going to have to speak that life for yourself because it's not in things, ladies. It's not in things. It's not in things. It's right here in you. It's in you. Everything you want. You don't think that you have enough money? You do. What you're saying is, Gloria, I'm not resourceful enough to make this happen. That's all you're saying. You think you have to do it by yourself. I'm not resourceful enough to go ahead and make this happen. Figure out how to get resourceful. Figure out how to use what you have to get more. Right? Tamika, I would love to speak. Look at this. You see what I'm saying? Y'all know Candace's story, right? Candace has been on our platform. Candace, oh my God. Candace is a cancer survivor. She has been battling cancer in and out. She would tell you. You can connect with her. She could tell you. Well, let me tell you about that spirit she has. When I interviewed her, and Candace, I put this up the other day because I wanted people to hear it. This lady said, okay, I got the diagnosis. My hair was coming out. She was like, I was combing my hair, and my hair was coming out. And she said, I said to myself, if I stop combing it, maybe it will be at the root, but no. And then she said something that was amazing. She said, my father battled pancreatic cancer, all that stuff or whatever, but I knew that this diagnosis was not for me. I knew that this diagnosis was for me to go ahead and help someone else. I knew that, right? And I just sat there and I said, you know what? You got to know who you really are to say words like that. I would have fell apart. And yeah, it's not easy because she spoke candidly about some of her darkest moments. But I tell you, we all experienced the Garden of Gethsemane, right? We all experienced the Garden of Gethsemane, where we sit here and we say, Lord, just take this from me, and I promise you, I'll go ahead and do your will. No, 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 no. You do my will with this thing. Just like Moses. You do my will when you have slurred speech. You do my will knowing that you are handicapped. You have an ailment. You have a disease. You have a virus. Do my will with that. You know why? Because when you do, it means more. Life means more to you. You get more passionate, and you know that you cannot take anything for granted, including time. See, when we sit up here and everything is good and we in good health and everything is right, we chill, right? We chill. We're like, oh, well, you come up with 1,000 excuses as to why you can't get things done. But when God tests you and put you in something that you got to dig yourself out of, the first thing we do is complain because we don't want it. But then the next thing is that it reveals who we really are. And when it does that, that's where we have the power of choice, where God steps aside and say, now what you going to do? Now what you going to do? Because the diagnosis is a diagnosis, right? The ailment is the ailment. The handicap is the handicap. But what you going to do with that? Are you still going to go out there and do what I ask you to do? Or are you going to succumb to this disease, this way of life, because you are down on yourself and feeling like you can't do it? Come on. That's why I say we got to be grateful for being able to see another day, to have all the activities of our limbs, to be in a healthy state, to be able to walk around and just give somebody a hug, just to tell somebody you love them. And the biggest thing is to live your purpose. To live your purpose. So if you feel like you're struggling right now and you don't know and you're trying to figure it out, and Gloria, I'm trying my best. It's a lot on me, and this job is demanding, and figure it out. Your life depends on it. Figure it out. Your life depends on it. Everybody got shit. You're not alone. Everybody got things on them. You are not alone. Why do you think we do so many interviews with ladies who tells you their story? I don't know if y'all saw Heather's story, which was right after Candace's story. Heather was an athlete and then got up to 600 pounds. She was sexually abused as a kid, so she purposely almost ate herself to death because she didn't want another man to look at her and take advantage of her, of how she was taken advantage of when she was younger. The story is there. But guess what? Great educator, was good at what she do, a school teacher, a girl boss, all that stuff. She had on that mask because we do that, right? She had on that mask. But like she said, when I took the mask off, I was disgusted with myself because I cannot understand how I allowed myself to get to this point. You know why? Because you gave up. You gave up. You haven't dealt with the shit that's going on with you. Right? We got to get with it. We know how to keep it together. We know how to get out there and make things happen. But for some reason, when it comes to us doing something for ourselves that gets us one step further into our purpose, we get handicapped. We get handicapped. And we sit up there and say, oh, I don't know. And, there's so much to do and so much paperwork to fill out. And I can't. Woo, yeah. Right? But Deborah, if you're still listening, I promise you, if you're on your way to your job right now, or you are working from home, I bet you're going to go ahead and work as best as you can for somebody else. And this is something that you need to hear. I know you're going to bust your ass for that check because you need it, right? I know you're going to do what you need to do to survive because you need to pay your rent, pay your bills, pay your car note, pay all those things. Do it for you. Don't make no excuses for you because you ain't making no excuses of why you're not doing it for them. Do it for you. Do you know you borrowing out yourself every day to help make another person's dream come true? You borrowing yourself every day. And it's cool right now because you have to, right? You have to go ahead and get those things done. You have to do what you got to do. And that's okay. Nobody's telling you to have the pie in the sky thing where, oh, let me just quit and go. No, we're not saying that. And what I am saying is that while you're being strategic about your move, always reevaluate and look at it. How can I go just a little bit faster? What are some of the things that I need? Because you can't live and get on purpose by yourself. We understand that. We need help. Jesus needed help. He had 12 people. He had 12 disciples, not including everybody who was around, but he had 12 people helping him get stuff done. Somebody had to cook. Somebody had to get the food. Somebody had to learn the lessons. Somebody, there's training that had to be going on. Somebody had to find a place to sleep. These were nomads. They were sleeping everywhere. Somebody had to go and find out where to sleep and what to do because they traveling around. How they get there? Who got the damn water when they walking or riding on the donkey or whatever it was that they were doing to get from point A to point B so that he could go ahead and preach? All that is organized, right? Just because it's not in there doesn't mean it wasn't organized. All that was organized because, in the Bible, it said they knew Jesus was coming. They heard that there was this great person that was coming. So you had to spread the word and the buzz went around somewhere, right? That's why he went from a little small temple to all of these masses of people that he fed and did miracles for and all that stuff. Because the people heard that there is a man with so much faith in himself, he actually believed he could do miracles. I need to see who that man is because I never heard of that before. Ain't no man walking around doing no miracles. The only person who could do that is God himself. And that's why they say, who you think you are, God? And he's like, no, but God is in me. And I can show you and I can prove it to you. Right? So that's what we got to do, y'all. No more playing small. No more playing small. If you need help, reach out. That's what the I'm Loving Me project is about. You don't have to do it alone. Reach out. Ask. Let people know what you need, how they can help you. I'm telling you, it works. It works. So that's all I got, y'all. I'm going to get out here and I'm going to go do my thing. And I'll probably end my day early and come on back. But I want you guys to have a great weekend. I'm doing some COVID testing tomorrow. So it's going to be a long day. It's like this big old health fair with one of the Congress people. So we out there from 9 to 1, but we got to be there at 7. So I know I'm going to be dead tired when I get home. So I'm going to just probably rest for the rest of the weekend and work on my book. But if you can, come to the Mirror Workshop, speak with Dr. Laura, get your questions answered. Let's go ahead and move to the next step. If you need anything, you can send me a message on here, or you can email me info. Let me put the email address on here. You can email the info box that comes right to my email. I'm loving me. That comes to my personal email. So you can email me. You can let me know, if you need any help with something, any ideas, connections, all that stuff. Okay? That's what we're about. That's what we're about. I love all you guys. I know these videos be long, but when I'm telling you, I'm on fire. I am on fire because I just could not believe what I heard yesterday and how much power we have access to. And watch me bring you every single one of them. I promise you, I'm going to get every single one of them. You know why? Because wherever you are on your journey, one of those people can help you. I know they can. I know they can. And watch a sister girl work for you. Okay? I'm already starting with Dr. Laura. She's expensive, but I got her to come. You know why? Because that's what we do. That's what homegirl do. Okay? That's what homegirl do. So I'll see you guys. I'll try on Sunday to see if I can log on if I'm not too tired and they don't hold me. But if not, you guys have a great weekend. I love you. Email me and have a good day. Okay? Get a glass of wine for yourself and love on yourself. Do something good and do something good for someone else. All right. Bye.